Good afternoon, and thank you very much for listening and watching today. It is Thursday, February 19th in the afternoon, and I am recording this video from the Niagara region, and I want to talk to you today about your journey on a low-carb or ketogenic diet. So let's do that. I think everybody has a unique story about how they got to this point where they're trying to take some weight off or maybe improve their health or a combination of both. But what this diet does is it allows you to understand yourself a little bit better. If you do a little research, you spend a little time watching other people like myself and others who've taken the time to research ketogenic dieting and understand that it's important that you know why you're eating this way. If it's just to lose weight, that's fair. I mean, that's what I did the first couple of times, and I've tried it a few times in addition to that. And basically, my story is for a lot of my life, I've been heavy, and I got frustrated. I didn't really necessarily buy into the low-fat diet ideals, but I tried it, and for a while it controls your weight, but you're always hungry, and I did not like being always hungry. One thing I did like about the ketogenic diet is, and I started with Atkins, and that's how my journey got started a long time ago. I'm not sure if I bought the book or whatever it was. I might have read something online. It was before the internet became as big as it is today, but basically, at my heaviest, I was about 325 pounds, and at that point, I had really gotten to the point where I wasn't sure, how I was going to take the weight off. I was pretty unhappy as far as the weight went. I didn't see hope. Every time I tried to diet, it just wasn't successful. So then I heard about low carbing Atkins style, and I gave it a shot. I was a little skeptical. I said, boy, this doesn't look healthy, but I definitely like to eat meat, and so I'm willing to give it a try. So I bought steaks and bacon, eggs, and got myself going, got some heavy cream, and just really got into it, and the pounds started floating off. The first time I tried it, it was basically the first 2 weeks, I had lost almost 15 pounds, like basically a pound a day. Of course, some of it was water, but the fact that I could actually take weight off at all was quite amazing to me. So that was the first time I tried it, and I can't even remember the year it was. It was a long time ago. So you're going to have your, moment where you figure out, okay, I'm going to give this a try, and I know this will work for me. I may not know it, but I want to give it a try so I can see if it works for me. Some people want to do it because they researched it and they know that it's healthy to eat moderate protein, high fat, and it will help your body heal itself. It's very, very healing. Most of the foods, if not all of the foods on keto diets, they're very good for you. So I would suggest if you're watching this and you don't have a lot of knowledge on the subject, dig into it. Gary Taubes is amazing. That's my most recent person who inspired me. Was watching a lot of his presentations on YouTube, reading his book, Good Calories, Bad Calories. Now I have to admit I didn't read every page of it, but I read a lot of it. It's very scientific. And then, of course, Tom, and he did the movie Fathead. Fathead really got me. I mean, he's a funny guy and smart, puts it into terms that most of us can understand about, you don't have to go the extreme low carb, very low carb, which is what ketogenic dieting is. You can still eat lower carb and take off weight successfully. So I would recommend you watch Fathead, you read Gary's book, a couple of other people who I find, are good. I'll put the references in the YouTube video when I post this. So my journey started a long time ago. I actually lost over 100 pounds, got myself down to around 220 pounds. And I tried to go further, but it just wasn't happening at that point. So I continued on life, and a couple of years went by, and all of a sudden I had gained another 40, 50 pounds after I went back to eating regular standard American, standard Canadian diet of just going to fast food restaurants, eating whatever I wanted, ice cream, all the junk. And then I got tired again. I had some concerns with energy anyway, but I got tired, and then I got to the point where I needed to take the weight off. So I tried it again. This time. This is my third full effort of losing weight on low carb Atkins style type diet, ketogenic. I just call it ketogenic, easier that way. But this time, I did a lot more research up front. I did watch Fathead. I did read Gary's book. And this time, I also looked into, I was concerned about saturated fat, with all the things that were spread in the media, and that was floating around out there in the world about saturated fat being bad for your heart, raising cholesterol, and that kind of thing. So I was concerned about that. Even when I was on Atkins the first couple of times, I was concerned about saturated fat. I felt, on the back of my mind, I was saying, eating all this bacon is really good for me, as much as I enjoyed it. I always wondered if it was, and at some point I actually tried to pare back my eating to lean meats instead of fatty meats, and probably was not helpful. So now I'm focused on, trying to keep my macros, the basic percentage of the fat, around 70-80%. It's been hard. I have to admit, I have to make the effort to add fat into the diet. Keep carbs under 20 net grams per day, and to keep the protein moderate. So generally, I keep it 100, 120 a day, somewhere in that range. If I have less fat, then I'll try to lower the protein as well. So those are the kind of things that I'm trying to do now. But basically, when I started, I was 260 this time. I'm now down to about 195-ish. I'm sort of floating in that area right now and heading in the right direction where I want to get another, want to take off another 10 pounds and reduce fat by another 5% or so on the body. So I got, I'm basically at the part of the journey where I'm very satisfied with the results. I still eat that way all the time. I've had days where I've eaten the regular food on occasion. During Christmas, I did it for a few days. I did it one day recently, a cheat day. Some people believe in cheat days, other people don't. So, it's up to you to decide if it works for you. It can definitely, supposedly, Tim Ferriss says that, you can use that. His diet is called slow carb, and it's sort of a low carb, but with some adjustments to it. He says that you can do one a week to, basically reinvigorate your metabolism so you don't cycle down into starvation mode. That's my interpretation of what he's offering. I tried it for a bit, and it didn't really, I felt that took me out of ketosis. Ketosis meaning when your body is basically reduces glycogen stores, and it's producing ketones to run your muscles and your brain. So, and that's why I call it a ketogenic diet more than Atkins now, is because my focus is on trying to stay in ketosis as much as possible. It takes me at least 3 days to get back into ketosis once I've kicked myself out of it, but I'm a lot more, I call it fat adapted now, where if I get kicked out, it doesn't take me as long as I focus on eating the right foods to get back into it. So it's a little bit about my journey so far. So what I would suggest to you is try to think about what's important to you, why you're eating this way. Truly, if you're going to do it, then focus on it. And if there's a moment where you have weakness and you do find you're not eating the low carb foods, just don't worry about it. It's not obviously what you want to do. Don't worry about it, but just get back to low carb eating. It's a journey. I don't consider this a diet anymore. It's a journey. I'm going to eat this way for the rest of my life. I see the health benefits, and I hope you do as well. So I hope I haven't rambled on too long. I thank you for listening. I hope you will like this video, and if you have any comments, please feel free to make them. I definitely appreciate all you who watch, and I'm going to continue doing these videos for as long as as I want to. So I will say I hope you have a good Thursday. I hope it's not as cold for you as it is here. It's awfully cold here in Niagara. But I wish you a good day, and again, thank you for taking time.